Hello guys, welcome to Decon Cabin. Today I'm here with Azaria. So in our last video we talked about invalidation. So today we just decided to, talk about validation, something a bit more positive, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about how to validate yourself and others. Hope you guys enjoy this video and let's go.
Yeah, so as we were talking about earlier, on our previous video, if you haven't already watched it, we were talking about invalidation, whether it be through emotions or through someone's personal feelings, and how that's kind of been normalized and maybe it shouldn't have been. So now, putting that positive spin on, we're talking about, well, how can we validate other people and validate ourselves, really? Yeah.
Looking at those, those words you could say to validate people, right? I was telling Azaria that to me, I think that's more rude. I prefer being invalidated because it seems so rude. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's a bit rude.
Okay, so the phrases that we were looking at are things like, instead of saying, here we go. Instead of saying things like, oh, you shouldn't feel that way, saying things like, I hear you. Or instead of saying, get over it, be like, I understand. Instead of saying, it could be worse, saying it's like, that sounds painful.
I think it's so terrible. Imagine if you're saying what you're saying, everything, you're pouring your heart out, and someone like, yeah, I hear you. What? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? You hear me? Is that all? Is that
I mean, same. I used to get frustrated when people are like, oh, I hear you. But then when you compare the two, I'd rather someone be like, I hear you. Like, I get what you're saying. I'm with you on that. Or I understand where you're coming from. As opposed to, go over it, or it could be worse. No.
As deep as it may sound, I prefer it could be worse. Because if you say, I hear you, and you continue with something, then that's fine. If you just end it, oh, I hear you. What the hell is that?
Yeah. Okay.
And I see people say that a lot. I'm like, Rad, you know what? It's better you don't say anything to me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But, okay, so we have another website link, and we'll probably link that below too. This one's talking about validating phrases, and it's saying things like, validating, all it really is just saying that, look, I understand what you said, it makes coherent sense, and I understand the way you feel based on what you just said. And by using phrases, expressions that tick those two boxes, I don't really think you need more than that. If somebody just wants to be listened to or wants someone to understand the way they're feeling, you don't really need to go above and beyond those two things. I think that's like doing your duty or fulfilling your duty as a friend or as an ear to listen, as per se. Yeah. So some example phrases that we have here is, it must be very difficult to be in that situation. I can't even imagine what you're going through. Or,
okay, I'm trying to think if it's good, yeah.
Or even sometimes like you can like reiterate what the person said just to make sure you've understood it the way that they've said it. So even if it's given a short summary, like, oh, so were you saying that X, Y, and Z happened and it made you feel like this? If they say yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, tick, I get it. Like, I completely understand that. Or like, yeah, I know why you're upset. Or, oh, that must be frustrating. That's really enough, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Do you know what? This is the validation one is a bit hard. I don't know, probably because of how I've been programmed, but for some reason I just still, it doesn't sound right to me, and I don't know why it doesn't sound right to me.
So in terms of when you say programmed, do you mean as in the things that we're just so used to hearing?
Yeah,
because it's so normal. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But say for example that example you brought up in the previous video, like if a relative had passed away, I'd much rather hear, oh, like, I'm so sorry for your loss, or like, I can understand why you feel so, or like, why you feel like this, than, oh, it could be worse.
No, that one I'll go mental. But okay, not that's extreme, but like, you know, we went through some of these keywords in it for validation.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but maybe on the surface it doesn't. Maybe psychologically it's better that way.
Yeah.
But on the surface it just doesn't sound right to me at all. I don't know.
Yeah, on the surface.
I might be negative right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, well, not you're being negative, but as in I feel like the invalidating phrases are more. You can't really like respond to it without not causing an argument, like having some sort of argument out of it. Say, for example, someone goes, "Oh, well, don't be sad." That's kind of them ending the conversation. They're saying, "Okay, like I've listened to what you said, but don't." They're telling you, "Don't be sad." End. Whereas someone said, "Oh, I feel you," or "I hear you," I don't think that's an end of a conversation or a sentence. I'm like, "Oh, I feel you," and then continue from there. Or "I feel you," and then maybe if your opinion is asked for, if you really feel like you need to give it. So I feel like in that way, like invalidating statements can kind of shut conversations down, whereas validating ones can allow you to continue the dialogue.
Cool. So how about validating yourself, right? Imagine if something happened to me and I said, "Hey, it could be worse." Am I invalidating myself?
I feel like no, because it depends on the way that you're speaking to yourself, if that makes sense. Like if you're saying, "Oh, okay, you know what? It could be worse. I could be in a worse situation. So I can be more positive." Then yeah, fair enough. But if you're using that to make yourself feel worse, then that can be invalidating. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so how would you say? Because like I said, it just makes I don't feel right about it. I don't want to give my opinion about the validation bit, but how would you say that? How would you tell people to ways or the keywords they can use to validate themselves?
I wouldn't necessarily say like for your. I think it's a lot harder to do anything for yourself, to like convince yourself of something if you believe so strongly in the other direction. But things like if you know there are like people that tend to use those invalidating phrases when you go to them with something, don't go to them. Or if you do need to or feel like you want to go to them with something, be mindful of that before you go to them. So if somebody does say that phrase that makes you feel a bit like, "Oh, I'm a bit on edge," you know they're not saying it with malicious intent, and you know they have good intentions with it. So you can prepare yourself and say, "Okay, you know what? They might say something that I might feel a bit on edge about, but they mean well. This person has my best intentions in heart. They've listened to what I've said, and they're trying to make me feel better." So putting that positive spin on it for you in your own head can turn an invalidating phrase into a validating one.
Yeah, okay. So depending on how you see it, all right, see, makes sense, a lot of sense. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for stopping by, and don't forget to watch the one about invalidation because there was more information. It was more informative, and don't forget to check out Zaza's blog.
Zaza Struggles.
It'll be down in the link in it. Yeah. So thank you guys, and feel free to add anything in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Have a good day.
Thank you.